Have you guys ever been scammed before? Just like ever? If you guys are on vacation, maybe getting hustled, whatever type of scam that you've been a part of, whether that's like Logan Paul's Crypto Zoo or what we're about to talk about that has actually fooled millions of Americans. I'm talking about the scam that tricked millions of athletes. And of course, that bled into America, because I have seen this and I have wore this. Here we go.
In the late 2000s, two companies took over the world of sports.
Oh, yeah.
Only to get sued, having to repay customers
Nationmerch.com.
millions of dollars for allegedly selling a product that did nothing. Yet thousands of athletes.
Imagine literally it's just like I know exactly what this band is that they're going to refer to. The claims that they had a part of their service, absolutely ridiculous. And it's so funny how they got away with it.
Not only used them, they loved them and swore by them.
Oh my God,
Alex
is that what I
Rodriguez,
think it is?
David Beckham, Ronaldo,
Oh, yeah?
Bryce Harper, Robert De Niro, Lindsay Lohan, and even Bill Clinton.
Ah, yes. The athlete, Bill Clinton. He's getting a lot of cardio in.
All wore these. A woman from Canada, not
This is
even
so funny.
knowing
In
what it was,
2011,
had her
2011.
chronic pain from 2 wrist surgeries completely disappear after putting one of these on. It healed.
What type of pseudoscience is this? Imagine having like chronic like wrist arthritis. I don't know, from like playing the piano or maybe playing a viola. Their claims were pretty bold back then. I can't lie.
Clint Hurdle's elbow pain, and after battling neck pain 4 years, Kurt Schilling said he put one of these on
Hot cocoa was
and
really
hadn't
hot.
felt a stiff neck since. And all the
I don't know if this is like placebo or not. Like this might actually be like one of the biggest placebo effects like ever.
people I just
Oh my
mentioned
God.
didn't get paid to wear or say any of those things.
That's
Millions of
crazy.
people wore
The
necklaces
Power
and
Balance,
bracelets
the
said to be
Power Balance
fueled by
band or
a
whatever they're called
nanotechnology
is
operating
crazy.
At a subatomic level in the quantum
That thing had
field,
God in its
using a
wrist, like able to fix
hologram that is
anything.
so complex,
God sent
has
it down in a
infinite
freaking helicopter.
depth. When in contact with
Cargo
your body,
ship.
it uses your bioelectrical energy to increase your physiological powers.
You know how dumb of a statement you'd have to be? Like, you know, like how we make fun of like people who are like palm readers or like people like, oh my God, like a psychic or whatnot. You know, we're like, oh, there maybe there's some through line there, but maybe not. Or like people that do tarot cards, you know, like stuff like that. Like that is kind of like, maybe can be a little bit more broad. Maybe this is like legit like that, but in a product.
These claims come from several different explanations of power balance, found on archived versions of their website.
The
spanning
Wayback
from
Machine, that's crazy.
2007 to 2009. When these
They didn't
claims were
last
made,
long, to say the
nobody
least.
had ever even heard of them. A few years later, pretty much every single athlete in the world would be wearing their
Carmelo had
product. But at
3.
the
That's how you
time,
know he's
a
repping.
completely different company was dominating the
This
space.
is- I
Floating
know
necklaces
exactly what
were
this
a
is.
phenomenon, originally created in the 80s by a Japanese chiropractor / holistic medicine
Oh, holistic? Didn't we just talk about that?
practitioner.
I hope
They
this brand didn't last
transformed
long.
from a line of magnetic tape, clothing,
Magnetic
and even
tape, okay.
shampoo into a necklace.
They're like the Stanley
According
Cup,
to
but
Fighton,
of the 80s?
The secret ingredient was aqua titanium. According to archived versions of their website, they discovered a groundbreaking technology that for the first time ever could make the metal titanium dissolvable into water. They
I'm no scientist, but isn't that like near impossible?
called it aqua titanium and claimed when worn on the body could penetrate a person's muscles and increase their health levels. From a science
I bet you people were breaking world records like left and right. I bet you that was what happened. They're like, "Oh my God, you set the world record. This is what you wore." I'm no holistic doctor, but
scientific perspective, this was controversial.
You don't
But
say.
after
Power
years,
Balance, Fightin'.
finally found their
Why do they
target
spell like
market.
Fightin'
Baseball
like
was
that?
perfect for a product like Fightin'.
Yep,
a sport
yep,
that is
a lot of
obsessed with
baseball players.
superstitions that make absolutely no sense.
Baseball's got,
Kirk
like, they
Wendell
got a
would
lot
brush
of
his teeth
accessories, you know what
in
I'm saying?
between innings, every single inning, because he thought it made him better at baseball. The Yankees in 2009 were convinced
Oh
a
my
golden
God.
thong had powers, so when a player got into a slump, they would wear a golden thong that the entire team shared. And
Oh, that was not the information that I was expecting to hear out of that. I didn't know that it was like a group thong.
And even though Mark McGwire
Not as nasty
went
as the
from
golden
this
thong
size in
that's a
high school
group
to
worn.
being 6'5", 245 pounds, he wore the exact same cup he had in high school his entire major league career. He thought that
Bro is chafing, by the way.
helped him hit home runs. So the idea that a necklace filled with liquid metal could somehow
Liquid
help
metal.
on the
I mean,
field
yeah, I've
performance
seen so many.
wasn't
I've seen
really
people
that
even wear that
crazy.
like
The
less
notion
than
that they
10
would
years
create
ago.
a multi-million
I
dollar
think more as the
industry
accessory, to be honest.
was crazy. The fighting necklace.
By the way, if
first
you guys
gained
see any
traction
of
in
the
professional baseball
missing
in
frames,
Japan.
I have an
The
app
story
locker.
goes
Sorry,
that
YouTube.
Randy Johnson is the origin of fighting coming to America.
Love to
he
see it, though.
discovered them while playing in an MLB versus
Fighting.
MPB exhibition in Japan
Superstition,
in 2000.
baby.
Then brought them to MLB,
Oh my
where they
God.
slowly
Randy
spread
Johnson.
until the
What a name.
2004 Red Sox.
Okay, congratulations, Red Sox. You guys won. You know, I mean, you could blame Randy Johnson. You cannot blame Randy Johnson for this fiasco. But Randy Johnson is like nearly the perfect name for somebody promoting a product like fighting. You gotta own any product, that is. Randy Johnson also sounds like a holistic doctor name.
Schilling was supposed to be out for the playoffs with an ankle injury, then got an experimental ankle surgery invented by a Red Sox trainer.
Okay,
He became
invented.
the first person
Imagine
ever to receive
inventing
this
a
surgery
certain
and
type of
didn't
surgery.
do
That's
it
crazy.
In a hospital. He got this experimental surgery inside the Red Sox training room the day before
That
he had
is
to pitch
not
in
sanitary.
the ALCS.
That is not
leaving
sanitary.
His ankle looking like this. This became the biggest story in sports as millions of people watched Schilling shut down the Yankees as the cameras obsessed.
That's wild. That is wild. Imagine like something like this going down. I don't know if there's been any surgeries like this, like on the ankle again. But just like imagine
over his
so
bloody
many
sock,
people just
tuning
watching.
in and showing it any
Oh
chance
my
they
God.
got throughout.
Okay, so this is the Taylor Swift before the Taylor Swift. This guy literally had surgery in a training room facility so Taylor Swift could run. Got it.
The
Okay.
entire game.
Got it.
And all these cameras fixated on Schilling also picked up his brand new fighting necklace.
Yeah, my fighting
exposing
necklace.
This new product
Yo,
to
I broke my
millions.
freaking
In
ankle and
fact,
needed some surgery
multiple
just
Red
to
Sox
promote
in
this band.
2004 were fighting as they went on one of the most infamous runs in baseball history to break the curse of the Bambino. This was the beginning of a marketing breakthrough for fighting. In
So
2005,
Randy Johnson
usage
and this
MLB
guy's ankle are
exploded.
responsible
Over
for this brand
200 MLB players were
scamming
wearing
millions of
fighting,
athletes.
And fighting wasn't even
The entire
anything.
MLB.
Players genuinely liked them. Jose Lopez said he felt happier when wearing it.
What? But imagine actually saying, like, I'm wearing a product. I'm like, I actually feel happier wearing this. That's like something you hear in, like, Camp Rock.
Andy Chavez said he thought he had more energy when he was wearing it. And Mariners outfielder Chris Snelling, who was battling wrist pain, said he would wear these at night and wake up with no wrist pain whatsoever.
All because of the
All of a
aqua
sudden,
titanium.
was getting tens of millions
I love
of
that.
dollars
I love that. That's
worth of
amazing.
free exposure from major leaguers who loved wearing them and genuinely believed in them. The first month of the season in 2005.
I wonder what those people think now. Like, now that it's kind of like come out that, like, yo, bro, you're kind of not on one. You're not really thinking straight. I really genuinely. By the way, I've actually ran on this course. This is Fenway Park. I actually ran here on a Spartan race, by the way. Videos out on my second channel, by the way. I'll make sure to link it for you guys. This whole fiasco, imagine just like coming down to earth and be like, oh, frick, maybe my neck pain isn't actually fixed. Oh my God, maybe my wrist arthritis is coming back. Oh God.
Fighting sold 3,500 necklaces.
Okay, so this is
in
before
America.
Power Band,
By
like genuinely.
August, their sales were 7 times higher.
Damn.
Fightins were sold in every sporting goods store, at every elementary school recess, and every single
I watched,
baseball
like,
field
every
in
baseball player
America,
wear this.
From Little League to the major leagues. They started selling tape and patches to help specific areas of discomfort. They created the tornado,
The aqua
combining
titanium.
2 Fightins into one, becoming
Let me guess. Double the relief.
a signature look everywhere. For a little extra money, you could get the X30, which according to Fightin
For
had a
$30?
concentration of aqua titanium 30 times higher than the standard aqua titanium for even more effectiveness.
Okay, hear me out. There's a band and there's a way that I can actually get these, double them up, and then make them twice the power. So what about if I get 2 of these and now I have 60 times the concentration? Just food for thought. That's all.
Fightin were selling necklaces that were as much as $168 on their website, and they were flying off the shelf.
no way.
Yet, there doesn't
There's
seem
no
to
$160 plus dollars? That's like food for like a week.
be a single
God.
medical professional not affiliated with the company that thought these things did anything. During their rise in popularity, article after article.
By the way, this is
questioned
just
Fighting,
the
pointing
fighting
out
one.
they had essentially
Wait
no
until you guys hear about the
research backing
power
them up,
band.
and referenced
That hit
doctors who
more
dismissed
than
the
just like
products
basketball.
completely. Yet in many
Like
of
one
these
sport.
same articles were random people not being paid by Fighting, swearing it improved their lives, saying it made them better at surfing, kids saying they didn't get tired after sports practice anymore, and people in
You
their
probably didn't work hard
60s
enough, huh?
saying it helped with carpal tunnel and allowed them to work out 5 times a week. In the past, Fighting's website claimed they prevented injury, eliminated pain, called Aqua Titanium effective against tendinitis, headaches,
Okay. Oh,
certain type
tendinitis
of
is pretty
arthritis,
nice. I got a
and
little bit
even
of tendinitis.
premenstrual
Okay.
syndrome.
Oh.
But once they became popular
Okay.
in America, they backed off these claims. Perhaps worried about potential lawsuits, a Fighting representative now said that they, quote, made no medical claims.
Okay. I like the little backtracking that they had there. They were like, wow, this thing like cures cancer, but we can't guarantee that. You may be cured from cancer, but if you're wearing it at the same time, we can say that it helped cure your cancer. That's just a bold ass claim.
Saying it's just a cool sports product.
Cool sports
they stopped
item.
promising crazy health
What-
benefits.
once they got the
People
cells, oh
everywhere
my
were calling
God.
them a scam, and they just became even more popular, selling over $200 million worth of products in 2009.
I wonder how
While
many
in
people bought the
Japan,
$200
an estimated
necklace.
one
Like a
in
collector's
10
item?
People wore
This thing will go crazy in today's market. If something like this in today's day and age, placebo at the Yang Yang, people are going to be like, oh my God, I'm finally 6 foot tall.
a Fighting. People wanted them. If they didn't work, they usually didn't care because they just thought they looked cool.
You get some like
Others
Supreme on
did
that. You get
believe
some
in
like
them
Louis and Gucci. This,
genuinely
yeah.
got results. From a
Collector's
business
item for sure.
perspective, Fighting had an amazing model. However, in America, they were mostly limited to the baseball community.
Okay, yeah.
So a company called Power Balance
Oh.
saw an opportunity. Morphing into a bracelet
Here
in
we go.
2008, the product saw absolutely no success until then, but their co-founder worked at the famous Elite 11 quarterback camp. There, he started pitching some of the best quarterbacks in the country. In 2007, they only sold $8,000 worth of product.
Pretty bad.
Nobody knew what Power Balance was. But in 2008, Matt Stafford,
Matthew Stafford. Imagine being that guy, like the Elite 11 like coach there, and being like, yo guys, like I've been starting to throw with this and I feel a little extra in my cannon.
Mark
Okay.
Sanchez, and Colt McCoy all wore Power Balance bracelets
That's
the
crazy.
entire year, 2 of which were
Wow.
featured on the cover of Sports Illustrated.
Where are they?
Wearing
Am I
Power
just
Balance.
blind? Oh, yeah,
Just
I
like
am.
Fighting, they were getting millions of
Free
dollars in
promo, you don't say?
promotion and making
Free freaking
extremely
promo.
strong claims. Except these
Not the biggest spokesperson in the world, Shaquille O'Neal. Makes me actually feel like I am a little bit more agile on the basketball court.
claims were much crazier. According to archived versions of their
Oh, these
site
claims
from
are much
2007
crazier, by the
to
way.
2009. Power Balance says
Okay.
they could use vibrations to stimulate red
Vibrations.
blood cells and improve
Tune
the
my blood vessels,
communication
blood tissue,
between
cell-to-cell
your cells.
communication.
Your bioelectrical
I think that's, like,
energy
literally
powers
impossible.
Would work with the Power Balance hologram to strengthen life-enhancing information. The hologram, they say,
The hologram,
was made
of
by
course,
a
yep.
proprietary sonic formula
Yep.
only known to them, which required photonic engineering that converted sonic waves into light. And people wearing them often
Okay, so you're basically like a photosynthesis machine by wearing this. You become a houseplant.
felt better balance, strength, flexibility, and range of motion. It's safe to say most
Oh,
scientists
this guy
probably
is
wouldn't agree with
scamming.
that. But these claims were
Oh,
made at the infancy of the
This
company.
guy's
By the
getting- what
time
did-
people
what did I
actually
just say?
started buying them, they were no longer on the website. They didn't make
Oh.
sense, but they didn't trick anyone because nobody read it. The thing that did convince people
they didn't trick anybody because nobody read it. Wow.
by Power Balance was this. The Power Balance
Look at
test
this.
put people
Look at
through a
this.
series of balance tests, then immediately redid the same test with the Power Balance.
This is the
bracelet
test, by the
on.
way. This
And
is the
almost
legit test.
Without fail, the person would perform significantly better with the Power Balance on. It could be done.
By the way, I don't
anywhere.
know if you guys know this. There's like a certain trick that you do, like where you hit like a certain part where it becomes like weak in like your shoulder. I don't know. There's like a certain mechanic, like physically, that does this, that makes it
So
near impossible.
anytime someone wearing a Power Balance receives skepticism,
So they really
for
got
wearing it,
scammed. They literally
could
got
just
hustled out on the
immediately
street.
Put the
Look at
doubters
Grandpa.
through
He's
the
like, I ain't
test,
falling
who
down. I don't need
almost
life alert.
always
Power
had better
Balance.
results with the Power Balance on. This became one of the most effective marketing tools imaginable. All of a sudden, in bars,
it's
in
so
schools,
easy.
and
It's so
parties
easy.
across the country, this fun party trick was converting countless numbers of people into believers in power balance. The test is almost certainly a psychological trick that doesn't hold up when the subject is blinded and doesn't know if they have the power balance on or not.
So they went one step further is what you're telling me, and they actually put like a fake rubber band. I'm sure you can probably tell what a rubber band tells like comparatively to like the power band. Put it on me. I'm gonna test. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh, I did. Put another one. Oh. First one. No band. That was a rubber band.
But when the subject knows they're wearing the power balance,
okay.
immediately after not wearing it, it works.
Oh, and you could also balance it on
extremely
your
well.
head. It just has
All
to
of
be
a sudden,
on your body. It doesn't have
random
to be
people
on it. It just
not
has to be
being paid
in
by
your
power
general
balance
personal
swore
bubble.
by it. A restaurant owner
Swore
told the
by
OC Register that he began wearing the power balance and started having energy levels he never had in his life.
Those
woman in
cell-to-cell
her 60s
communications are
found her wrist pain went
going
away
crazy
in
right now.
45 minutes after putting one on. And
Okay.
every time she took it off, the wrist pain would immediately come back.
There
And
it
a man
is.
in California
There it is.
put on the power balance after
Gave him
going
a
through
quell-
chemo and
quell
found
nausea
it
from
immediately
chemo.
cured him from throwing up.
wow. Wow. Oh my god. I just don't feel so good, guys. Get enough sleep. I ate too much. Power balance. Where's my power balance? Where's my power balance? Oh my god. Where I need it. Panicking.
Scientifically,
This happens
the
again. I'm
bracelet
like, I need my power
itself
balance.
Likely did nothing. But people believing that it did,
I guess it's not
or
bad that
many
it thought like made people like feel like they're
legitimately
doing
cured their
better.
health
I mean,
problems.
that's a good
Power
thing, right?
Balance claiming their
Sucks that they
product
had to spend
worked
money for
was
it, but-
triggering a placebo effect over a sample of millions of people and seriously improving
Why do
many
I guess like the energy level. I'm like every time I hear the word balance, I'm like thinking like you kind of need to be an athlete to do like that type of stuff. Not necessarily you need to, but it's like I don't know. That's just where my mind goes to when it comes to this. Like the power balance, especially saying the titles like millions of athletes. No, this is like beyond millions of athletes. But I'm sure we'll talk about the athletes here in the next 4 minutes.
of their lives. However, the ethics around this are somewhat gray. As power balance gained
The ethics.
popularity, the
Nobody
negative
read our
reaction
FAQ.
from the scientific community was immediate and much more
Where's
harsh
all your
than it was
scientific,
for fighting. Article after article and study after study
But
debunked
nobody
the
also read
test
these as
and
well.
labeled them as pseudoscience or a straight-up scam. This type of backlash would soon cause the entire industry to collapse. But in the meantime, it made no difference because every athlete in pretty much every sport was wearing one. Ronaldo, David Beckham,
Ronaldo.
Drew Brees, Kobe, Kevin Durant, Yasiel Puig, Matt Kemp, the guy
Oh,
who
and
won
it also
the
hit the-
World Series of Poker
Made my decision making better.
did it while wearing a power balance.
the hell?
Bill Clinton wore one. Even
That's
the
just the
British
oddest
royal
one.
family was wearing power balance.
Can't
and
have
most
it.
of them
Can't have it.
did it for free. The bracelet became a trendy look.
Shaquille
Many
O'Neal.
didn't
I'm
even
sure
care
Shaquille
if there
O'Neal's
was no
career got
science
better
behind
when he
them.
started
They
wearing the
just
power
thought they
balance.
looked cool. In 2010, they sold $35
Who is that?
million
Why do I recognize who that
worth
is?
of product. 200 times more than they had just 2 years ago. They bought
Pretty
the
wild, to be
rights
honest.
to rename the Sacramento Kings Arena into the Power Balance Pavilion.
They were big enough that they turned an entire arena into the Power Balance Pavilion.
They were bigger than ever.
That's
They named
crazy.
CNBC's Sports
Product of the year.
That same
Oh
year,
my God.
they also
I said
won
that
a
about
Shonky
CryptoZoo as the
Award,
crypto
an
of the
award
year.
that goes to the biggest ripoff/scam of the year. On their website around this time,
Oh
the
my
insane
God.
claims that they had made years
Oh,
earlier.
let me guess. They took them off. Because they took them off. Because that's what you would do.
were replaced with vague statements about how the company believed in, quote, various
Close enough.
holistic practices
Oh, I think somebody was calling. I think it was my holistic doctor that worked for Fightin', was the CEO of Fightin' and Power Balance.
and Eastern philosophies. Without any
Eastern
specific
philosophies,
medical
yeah,
claims,
the placebo
bracelet was supposed to help with.
The
reason
placebo
for this,
philosophy. Oh
in part, was likely Power Balance being concerned about lawsuits,
Hmm.
which
So it doesn't cure cancer. Okay, that's fine.
were starting to
bold
come.
claim.
In Spain that year,
I
the
can
Department
understand.
of Health fined the company 15,000 euros. In Italy, they
So
were
much
fined
damage.
300,000
Oh.
euros for deceptive advertising. And in Australia, they were being investigated by the government, who claimed Power Balance breached the company's
Imagine. Oh wait, hold on.
trade laws with deceptive
Okay.
advertising.
That's fine. That's fine. I was thinking that it like infiltrated like the government there, and like everyone's like, oh my god, the power balance. I'm making like the right vote here, and they're like, no, we can't have this. You said no, false games. We read your FAQ.
In response,
Okay.
Power Balance was
I won't
forced
pause
to
the video here.
state, quote, "We admit that there is no credible scientific evidence that supports our claims." They
I'm sure that
offered
was
refunds
headlines.
to all their Australian
Wow, they actually offered refunds. That's actually pretty interesting. I bet you Fight didn't do that.
customers, and according to them, the Australian government even threatened athletes who advertised the product. A few
Oh,
months
damn.
later, they went bankrupt in Australia.
Oh, and
in
okay.
America,
They
the
were
business
thriving.
was still thriving.
Yeah,
but
of
having
course.
to
Freaking
admit
America.
the claims they made were not backed by science made them vulnerable. And within a year, Power Balance had as many as 18 separate cases
18's
pending
really not
in
that bad.
federal court at once.
Could have been a million.
Even stars who endorsed the product, like Shaq and Lamar Odom, were being sued over the company's claims.
That's kinda wild, though.
Power Balance was screwed. They eventually settled and paid out $57 million.
How much did they make in
forced to
revenue?
offer their
I forget. I
customers
kind of
refunds,
blinked that.
And with $10 to $50 million in
Pretty
debt,
rough.
the company filed for bankruptcy. Their deal with the Kings
Chapter
fell
11
through,
bankruptcy.
and the Power Balance
Oh, there goes the pavilion.
Pavilion was renamed.
Sleep
Soon
Train
after,
Arena.
Power
Goddamn,
Balance
that's
sold
awful name.
for $8
Sold to
million
Chinese.
to a
Chinese.
Chinese company
Sorry,
who
I
bought
read
it
that not
in
Chinese,
part with
it's the
money
country
Power
China.
Balance already owed them. And that year, Fightin was also hit with a lawsuit.
Oh,
settling
Fightin was
for
still around by
$3.2
then.
million,
Okay.
offering customers refunds for false advertising.
Okay.
The settlement was a fraction of the size of Power Balance, but for both,
Yeah.
this marked
Yeah, you don't say. It's like 21,000, like 24,000 less, or 24 times less. I can't math right now, Nationers.
the beginning of the end. Both had to admit to deceptive marketing. The product
man.
slowly faded away.
Yeah, you
Famous
don't say.
athletes stopped wearing them.
Hey,
Many of
Kobe,
the people
what,
who
how,
saw
where you not
massive
wearing your
health
pounds balance
benefits,
today?
now
You seem to
knowing
drop
there
like
was no
50 points
science
less than you
behind it,
usually do.
likely lost any benefit that
I
came
don't
with
know.
the placebo.
Job's
And
not
despite
finished.
both Power Balance and Fightin being sold today, the industry of cool sports bracelets and necklaces that improve
Sorry, I didn't mean
athletic
to pause it there.
performance has faded away.
Regardless, Nationers, remember to check your FAQs before you get scammed, and don't talk to any holistic doctors ever.